Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
Also, if you're looking for a unique gift for the holiday season, check out the Compliance Kids series.
It's my 3-book children's series on compliance and compliance professionals for children. But they make great gifts and great training tools for your employees. You can check it out on Amazon.com. We've linked to it in the show notes.
Welcome to the Daily Compliance News for December 3, 2024, the Under Pressure edition. And we begin with that story from the Wall Street Journal, which in the Risk and Compliance Journal, Richard Vandeford reporting, says that Marco Rubio's tough stance on China means pressure on importers. As President-elect's nominee for Secretary of State, Rubio could influence whether companies like Shein or Temu can continue to do business in the United States. He's a strident critic of Chinese trade abuses, including alleged use of forced labor. He will obviously be a champion for a tough approach to China. Next up, also from the Wall Street Journal, this time in the business and auto section, Sean McLean reporting that a Delaware judge upheld her earlier ruling striking down Elon Musk's multi-billion-dollar pay package, plunging Tesla's board into more uncertainty about how to compensate its chief executive. The court's decision follows a shareholder vote earlier this year approving the pay package for a second time. The judge, however, had said the pay package ordered the entire pay package to be rescinded, saying directors were beholden to Musk and the approval process was tainted. The ruling marks another setback for Tesla's directors. Next up, from the Financial Times, an article about the COP29 climate conference and the negotiations. The article comes to us from the Financial Times, and Polina Clark says that there are lessons for corporate life in the Olympics of negotiations which occurred on this around this climate change initiative, and that the COP could deliver significant agreements, but the book, or rather the deal, was drafted in a way that allowed everyone to take something away. And our final story comes to us from the Wall Street Journal, Technology and Cybersecurity, which says that new federal security guidelines are taking sharper aim at the terrible passwords we all create. The guidelines instruct organizations to stop requiring people to change their passwords so often and to stop mandating that they be so complex. It is certainly the bane of modern existence. And at the same time, it wants to permit a wider range of special characters in your password, such as emojis. So maybe we'll get some password relief. Will it be stronger or weaker?
At the start of this podcast, the sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Well, Ethico has a great new offering this month for you, a toolkit for middle managers. This is something that you, as the compliance professional, can use to move your compliance program forward by giving middle managers the skills necessary to answer a call for speak up or when someone comes in their office and raises a concern. I can't think of a tool that will be more valuable for you in the current era of enforcement. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.